So Intel continues to struggle competing with Nvidia for the chip sector and working together with TSMC. But the bottom line is they continue to struggle, right? And they must push for AI dominance. So what is the easiest way to have profits and keep operations going? It's one wave after another wave of layoffs. This was in Intel expected 10,000 people laid off in June 2025. That was in June, right? Struggling chip giant Intel plans to slash up to 20% of its global workforce. This is what they plan to do, despite receiving, $2 billion from the CHIPS Act. They just can't stay ahead. AI just takes so much money from these companies. So this was, they expected 10,000. And then there's a new update in July. Intel plans to slash 25,000 jobs. It's just going to go on and on and on and on. If you are in this industry, you have to really start to use AI so that AI cannot replace you. Let's look at some of these clips.
At Intel will be laying off 15 to 20% of their factory workers. You're talking about more than 10,000 jobs.
25.
Gone. But that's just the beginning. What people aren't really talking about is over 170 companies across the country, many of them in tech, are expected to lay off numerous employees. We're talking about tens of thousands of employees across the country. The economy is already struggling. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people struggling every day just to make ends meet. And now with all these layoffs, which are starting to spread across the country, it means many, many people aren't going to be able to afford just basic living. Because right now, as we're talking right now, 12 to 15% of all homes financed through FHA are behind on their payments. Like and follow for more. The layoffs are going to keep coming.
Yes, no, that's true. It's going to keep coming. This is the series that I'm looking at on my channel. Cost of living is just going to keep on increasing. It's not going to go back. Wow, that's shocking how so many people are behind on their homes. So many people, that wave is also going to come. You have to start to prepare for recession, people. You have to buy that vacuum-packed bag of rice, stock up on baked beans. You can buy a bicycle. And it's not just tariffs. It's not as if there's another president that relaxes the tariffs or shit like that, now everything is going to go back. AI is coming for all of us. We have to start to prepare.
This headline just crossing the Bloomberg terminal: Nvidia to buy $5 billion in an Intel stake as part of a new partnership.
In this agreement, Nvidia is going to own less than a 5% stake, buying common stock at about a 6.5% discount to Wednesday's closing price. And this really is a question of how much the U.S. is going to really underwrite Intel's effort to be a foundry and some sort of competitor to TSMC.
Anne-Marie on the ground in the UK. Anne-Marie, I imagine this announcement is music to the ears of the president.
Absolutely. The president has almost become, a co-CEO of Intel, putting a lot of pressure, one can imagine, on a lot of these companies since, as Tyler mentioned, almost 1 month ago to the day, the U.S. government decided to take that 10% stake in Intel. And the question, Jonathan, you, me, and Lisa sat around the table and asked, who is going to be next to either buy these chips from Intel or invest in more money to make sure that Intel could once again become a national champion. So from a national security perspective, this really is in line in something we've seen from this White House, and once again highlights, I would be absolutely shocked if the president and his team had no influence on this, highlights the heavy hand they are really taking in the semiconductor industry.
They really want those chips. They do not want to buy semiconductor chips from Taiwan anymore. So Nvidia bought a stake in Intel. I'm sure Intel is just going to go away, be absorbed into Nvidia. Most probably 90% of all employees will be let go. Intel layoffs.
If you've seen this, but Intel is laying off 15,000 people. Yep, that's 15,000 people.
Jeez.
This is nothing short of an epic failure of leadership, right? They put themselves into this position, and yet...
What does it say there? Intel announced it would lay off more than 15% of its staff, or 15,000 employees, in a memo to employees on Thursday. The massive headcount is part of a large plan to reduce spending by $10 billion.
Any changes to the leadership team? None that I could find. I read through a number of these articles just to see if I could pull out the notes, see if I was missing anything, but no. So I thought I'd summarize a few of them for you here and why I believe this is 100% on leadership. One is Intel's annual revenue fell by $24 billion from 2020 through 2023, even as its workforce grew by 10%, right? So revenues are declining, which again, you may have seen coming or didn't see coming, but did you adjust? No, you kept on hiring anyway. These next four quotes are from the CEO of the company. Our revenues have not grown as expected. That's a leadership issue. We've yet to fully benefit from the powerful trends like AI. Leadership again.
That's the problem.
Our costs are too high, our margins are too low. Leadership. Given our financial results and outlook for the second half.
That is the problem. They have not prepared well enough for AI, and now they have to run around and they have to like push up and get investments, and maybe they thought they could just go out and buy Taiwan semiconductors to compete with Nvidia. Who knows? The bottom line is, people, you have to prepare. You cannot put your head in the ground like an ostrich and like, fucking let life just pass me by now. We have to take proactive steps to prepare for when the shit hits the fan. Maybe just postpone that holiday a few months. Maybe just don't buy the most expensive Christmas gifts. Do not upgrade to the newest iPhone. Stuff like that. I mean, just cut down a little bit. Just keep some in your back pocket. Get yourself to an emergency fund of 3 months or 6 months, your monthly expenses. There are things that we can all do together. If you are one of these people, my hat off to you guys. From the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. Not nice seeing people lose their jobs, especially at the end of the year, knowing that the companies do this for restructuring and for tax purposes, for next year, for profits, for the corporates. Stock market is hitting all-time highs. All-time highs. Yet, they do not think of the people that is being let go. Stay safe, everybody. See you on the next one. We'll also look at Microsoft on the next one, because they are doing exactly the same thing as Intel. Alright, see you there.